Hey guys, welcome back to another plan with me. I am planning for the week of November 26th through December 2nd, slowly but surely catching up. I am using the ScribblePrintsCo wonderful photo kit, which is absolutely gorgeous. I'm really obsessed with it, and I really wanted it to be like the first Christmas kit that I used this year. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my washi in half because I am going to be using an SPC bow washi this time. I haven't used any SPC washi yet, and the white with rose gold bows was seriously perfect. You could buy it as a duo. I'm not sure if it's still available. I think it might be because it was like a Valentine's Day thing. But you could buy it as a duo with the white with hearts as well, and they're both rose gold foil. I thought it would be perfect because I am using rose gold foil in this kit. This kit really, you could use any foil color. You could use silver, you could use gold. I've seen people, I think, use silver. I really wanted to use the rose gold and bring out some more of that pink. I also haven't used any rose gold foil yet in my planner, so I really wanted to kind of incorporate that as well. So I'm just whitening out the lines. I'm going to put the washi down and put the white washi with the rose gold bows down as well, which is gorgeous, and I love it a lot. Hopefully you guys like this style of plan with me. I think this might be the easiest thing for me to do going forward, just because while I was actually filming this video, Avery was chatting with me, Brian was in and out of the room. I was able to just kind of plan at my leisure, and it was really nice actually. I don't remember the last time I planned without talking to myself, and there was just a lot of chatter in the background, and I feel like this could work well. You know, I could film for an hour, 2 hours if I need to, because everyone can go about their lives, but then, you know, for like the 20 or 30 minutes that I need to film a voiceover, I can find some time for myself. So I think this might be better moving forward. So that's what I think I'm going to go ahead and do. This week was rather boring. I tried to kind of incorporate as many like Christmassy stickers as possible. It was a little bit difficult because these colors are so light, I realized, but I still think it turned out really, really cute. So now that I have the washi down and it looks so beautiful, I'm going to go ahead and work on my full box placement with my glitter headers. It was so hard to choose the full boxes, but I really wanted to use the ones that had more of like scenic things in them. There were a couple that were kind of like plain, but I really wanted to use the more like the reindeer, the ornaments, the double box, of course, the tree, you know, things like that. I did use the quote box, "It's the most wonderful time of the year," on the Thankful Thought. I'm also putting down the glitter header or the glitter flags right now. I do actually have an overlay from SPC. It was like one of the freebies that was going around that says it's the most wonderful time of the year. That would have been really pretty on top of that like foil box, but it was like a silver foil. I was not about to mix metals. I was like, I think I'm just going to keep everything rose gold and as rose gold as possible. So I'm just putting down all of my full boxes first, as well as my glitter headers, scattering them like normal. As you can see, I'm having a little bit of issues with this glitter header. I think I put the washi too far down on that side, so the full box wasn't like lining up, but I ended up just kind of putting it back because it ends up getting covered, I think, anyway, so it doesn't really matter if you see those dotted lines. So I just covered that anyway, and then I put the tree and the reindeer down. Those are actually two of my favorite boxes. I don't know why, I just think they're so simple, but just like, I don't know, they're like the decor pieces. They're cute and they look really, really nice. So I wanted those to kind of stand out, so I put those more towards the middle of the spread. Now I'm just finishing up by putting on the boxes up top on both Saturday and Sunday with that double box, and then on Tuesday with the more kind of like plain box. And then before I do the glitter headers on top, I wanted to see if there was any sort of overlays that I wanted to use, because the glitter headers, I've noticed over time that when I put an overlay down on top of a glitter header, it covers the glitter header because I layer it slightly, so I wanted to have those kind of pre-prepared and down. I do have these SPC like corners, like I guess like photo corners. I'm not sure if these have been released yet, but these are like the 2.0 version with like the leafy kind of, like, they remind me so much of Christmas kind. So I wanted to look at those. I'm also using the Twinkle kind of rose gold overlays, which are like my favorite. They're like the stars, but the more hand-drawn ones. And then the glitter header overlays are just like the scattered dots, the ones I always use. As you can see, I'm trying to figure out which corner I really wanted to use. I kind of wanted to do a corner over the double box just to kind of frame it, and I thought it would look really cute as well. I was also trying to figure out the glitter header situation because I realized with the corners I wanted it to be like perfect. So that's what I'm doing there. And so I'm putting the photo corners on the top left of that Saturday box and then the bottom right of the Sunday box. And I felt like it kind of made it like one, and it looked really, really cute. I decided to go ahead and put overlays on top of the quote box. I just think that looks so pretty, the twinkle overlays. I also put one on the reindeer. I wanted to put them on my favorite boxes, but then I realized I kind of just wanted to use the whole sheet. So I put them on the reindeer, then I put it on the Christmas tree because those were my two favorites. And then I decided to go ahead and just put another one down on top of the ornaments because I thought that was really pretty as well. And that is the entire sheet. Here's a little premature wiggle before I finish up the glitter headers, but I'm going to go ahead and finish up those glitter headers and then use that overlay on top of those. Again, it's the same kind of like speckled glitter header overlays that I always use. I don't really stray too far from my glitter header overlay usage, just because I really like the speckled ones. It gives a little bit of glitter without being a lot. So that is what I am doing now. And then because the editing was kind of weird when I was sort of like making these clips quicker, like speeding them up, it kind of cuts me off. I tried to fix it as much as possible, but I'll have to figure that out better for next time. But this will cut me off here, and we're just going to go ahead then and get started with the sidebar. I also didn't even realize that it cut me off when I did the date covers, but I used the date covers. I totally should have whited out the background because you can definitely see the numbers through them. But I did also use the rose gold numbers from ScribblePrintsCo as well as my dates. And now I'm working on my sidebar, as you can see. Just kind of doing the same sidebar I always do. I'm doing the daily habit tracker for taking my medicine, and then I'm going for the kind of darker washi. I was going to use like the lightest washi possible on the sidebar, but I felt like the darker was kind of a nice contrast, and there wasn't a lot of like dark elements to this kit, so I thought it would be cute to do that. So I just put a piece down as well as a squared off half box to mark how many weeks pregnant I was that week, which was 20, and then to mark that I am using a Pumpkin Paper Co. Terra from like the pregnancy sheet, which I think might be my favorite like pregnancy tracker sheet ever. There's just so many things on it. Of the pregnant Terra with the number 20 on her shirt, again to mark 20 weeks. Baby was the size of a banana that week, which is exciting. And then I put another piece of washi down underneath that, and then I layered a pink work header to mark my work schedule for the week with a, what is it, like a weekly ombre as well. And then under that weekly ombre, I decided to go with using the last full box because the space was too big and there wasn't anything that I wanted to put there other than just like washi or to cover that space. The full box ended up fitting perfectly. I was very impressed with my sidebar this week. It came out pretty great, if I do say so myself. So starting with the first half of the week on Monday, first and foremost, I always put in my Planner Gems crayon to mark Avery's paying for daycare, just paying for Avery's daycare for the week. So I'm using the dark gray one because I didn't know how often I would use a darker gray just to mark that. Then I'm using a like little penguin hot chocolate cup sticker from the Coffee Monsters Co. I think this came out not last year, like 2018, but maybe 2017, to mark getting a peppermint milkshake from Chick-fil-A, which was absolutely delicious. And then I used a little pizza munchkin from Once More with Love to mark that we ordered Avery a small pizza. We're doing Home Chef, but we only do the 2 servings, so most of the time we can't really make enough for her, so she has her own meal. So that night we ordered her a pizza. And then I also pulled the washi back out to mark off a huge chunk of time, which I really have been liking doing this. As you guys probably know, I've been doing this a lot lately. But this is to mark off that we finished watching Haunting of Hill House on Netflix this night. I really wanted to mark it off in a big like half box situation too, just because it was such a monumentous kind of occasion for us, I guess. We finished the show. If you haven't watched it yet, I highly suggest it. I didn't find it to be scary. There are a couple of like jump scares, but it was more sad than anything. I actually ended up putting a Once More with Love, like crying in a puddle munchkin underneath the half box because like the last sort of like second of the finale or whatever, I was hardcore emotional, ugly crying. It was not great. The like little side story that they had going on really got to me. I was very emotional. So I wanted to put that in because I ugly cried for like 45 minutes. It was not a good look. So I put that in for Monday. And that was my Monday. So moving on to Tuesday, I have this cute little paper and milk holiday coffee. I used the little penguin one again. These little holiday like coffee sheets are so cute. I couldn't figure out which one I wanted to use just because there was a lot of pink in the kit, and I was like, does blue look good? But I didn't really care, just to mark that we went to Dunkin' in the morning. I took the day off that day with Brian, so we kind of just ran errands all day. We did a lot of errand running, so I used one of the little like quarter squared off boxes. I was thinking about using the big one, but I ended up using a little quarter one. I don't know. Move the icon, Kirsten. You don't end up doing it like that, girl. No, you don't. But anyway, so I use a quarter squared off box in the middle there, and then I put the car icon on top of that just to mark running errands. I like how small these boxes are. I think they're like a pretty great size for just like schmooging in places, so that's what I did there. And then I put a tiny skinny piece of washi down below because I really wanted to use a grocery run script in the rose gold, of course, and I really wanted to use the smaller like scripty version of it. I think it looks really, really pretty. So again, I just kind of layered that on top of a piece of washi. And as you can see, I'm using tweezers for the first time. Thanks, Emily, for my Christmas present. The tweezers have been coming in handy since I no longer have very long nails. So it works really well. So I just put that in the middle there. I'm using this Fox and Cactus Cleaning Girl sheet. I'm using the one that has like the little spray bottle and the wipe to mark that we had a big cleaning day, and then I used a gray quarter box on the bottom with one of, this is the SPC PR freebie from Once More with Love. This is the rose gold one. I don't know which one she has going on right now, but I have all of them for the most part. So I just grabbed the rose gold sheet to use the rose gold foiled fangirl munchkin because I thought it was precious to mark that we used our new comforter that night. We went to Kohl's and bought this like amazing like Sherpa comforter that's like the softest ever, so I was real pumped about it. I wanted to mark that in my planner, so I put that in as well. Then I'm just marking off again a huge chunk of time using the washi, and I'm going to put a half box in there to mark that we decorated the tree this day. It took all of me to wait till December 1st, but Avery was not wanting to wait at all. She wanted to decorate the tree the day after Thanksgiving, so we had to kind of push her off as long as possible, and finally this day she convinced us, hey Mom and Dad, let's decorate the tree. So I went ahead and put a half box in there, and I used a Pumpkin Paper Co. cute little like tree decorate with a star on top to mark that, and I just put it right in the center because I didn't feel like putting in text or anything. I just thought it would be perfect and easy. This day was also super boring, so the next box is fairly empty. I just used one of the pink page flags to mark that I had class that night, and I used a Fox and Cactus Girl on her laptop. And that was really it for the first half of the week. Moving on to the second half of the week, I only had 2 things put in for Thursday, so I decided to add another just paper and milk little, oh, I guess I'm starting from the bottom. I'm putting class in again at the bottom using the same situation. Gray page flag, fox and cactus girl on laptop. But because I only had 2 things written down, I was like, let me just add another paper and milk little coffee cup to mark that we went to Starbucks in the morning, because we go get coffee every morning, but I just needed to fill that space. And then I used another one of those little like quarter box squared off boxes. I love them so much. As you can see, I'm deliberating for a minute to mark off that we had Sonic for dinner. I like crave Sonic so much all the time. I just want a hot dog and chili cheese tots, like maybe 6 out of 7 days of the week. It's so bad for me, but it's like, it's all I want in life. So I wanted to put that in as well. So I used that with a pink squared off quarter box, and I used the Coffee Monsters Co. I think this was the junk food emojis. I used the medium sized one holding a hamburger, which like doesn't make any sense because I don't get a hamburger from Sonic, but I don't think I have hot dog stickers. So I was like, this works well for me. And that was my Thursday. So not much going on, but I was able to fill the space, which worked out well for me. Moving on to Friday, I really wanted to use the ScribblePrintsCo Payday scripts, again in rose gold. I love them a lot, a lot, a lot. I also put them on a fancy label because I wanted to kind of spice it up a little and not use a piece of washi. So I'm just using the one that's like filled in completely on top of that fancy label there. And I'm just placing that on top of Friday, basically. And then Avery had dance that day, so I'm using the Once More with Love little dance ballet dancers. I thought that was cute. And then also this day I did film, so I used a Coffee Monsters Co. like YouTuber emoji sheet, and I used the medium-sized one holding like the film clapper to mark that. I'm trying to use more of the medium-sized ones because I don't tend to use those that often. And then that day at work, I watched The Nun, which is a part of like the Conjuring series. I'm a huge fan of the Conjuring series, but to be honest, The Nun was not scary, and I was not happy with it. I thought they could have done so much better because she was scary in like every other movie they had her in, but like her movie, she was not that scary. So I put that in a half box. I also put down a piece of washi in one of the Once More with Love organized sticker sheets because that's what I did the rest of the night. And then to watch The Nun, I put in the Toffee Bananas girl just watching stuff on the iPad. I really wanted to use more of the Christmas stickers, and this was huge, so I figured it would work well. I was also showing you all of my weekend banner options. I did end up going for the ScribblePrintsCo rose gold foiled one because why not? It's gorgeous, and I put it down in between my washi because that's my favorite way to do my weekend banners. So Saturday morning, I wanted to put in that I uploaded, so I used from a different Coffee Monsters Co. like pastel YouTube sheet, the little medium-sized pink emoji holding the YouTube play button to mark that I uploaded. I also used one of the really cute paper and milk like hot chocolate, like holiday version hot chocolate drinks to mark that Ryan brought coffee in for me, which was really nice that day I went to work. And Ryan brought me coffee. I had 2 coffees that day. It was not a good thing, but it was okay. And then I also used from paper and milk one of the little hamburgers because they're so cute to mark that we had In-N-Out for dinner. Again, we just have not been eating the greatest, but In-N-Out for dinner, and it was pretty delicious. And then from the Coffee Monsters Co. like Christmas sheet, I wanted to mark a Target run, but I didn't know, like I didn't want to mark it with just like a basic Target sticker, so I went ahead and used like a Christmas shopper because I thought it was cute. I don't think we bought Christmas presents that day, but I thought it was cute. And then I put a half box in with one of these Pumpkin Paper Co. girls watching a Christmas movie to mark that I watched The Princess Switch at work on Netflix. I had plans this holiday season to watch like all of the Netflix holiday movies, but the only one I did end up watching was The Princess Switch, so next year. Then I'm using one of these paper and milk little cute holiday paper clips to mark that I organized my foil stickers on Sunday. I'm also using a pink label backwards with a YouTube play button icon to mark that I filmed this day as well. And then I'm also using a Coffee Monsters Co. I think this was like the Asian food emojis, or not emojis, but like just like the Asian food doodles of sushi to mark that we had sushi for dinner. So there's that. I know I have to say this because I'm pregnant, but all my sushi is cooked, never raw. I don't eat raw stuff anyway, so there's that. And then I'm just marking again off a huge chunk of time because nothing else happened Sunday other than I did laundry. So I'm marking off a huge chunk of time to mark that I did laundry all day Sunday. not sure where it left off because, once again, I got interrupted. I thought I could make it through, but I knew it would come eventually. But I'm using a Fox and Cactus Little Laundry Girl, again with the SPC Laundry Time foiled sticker on Sunday, and that completes the week. Just going to zoom out for you guys just so you can see the week in full. Here's a little wiggle. The foil just looks so good. I really like that I went with the rose gold foil. I think that turned out the best. If I don't have one person barging in, it's the cat crying at the door, but I'm sorry if you can hear her. But I'm just going to go ahead and do some deco up top here, and then I do end up showing you how I cut it off. With the pen, I did end up using a black Pilot G2 0.7 point to write on the actual Erin Condren paper, and then on the actual stickers, I just used a gray Sharpie. I was going to use black, but the gray I felt kind of meshed really well. But that is it for this plan with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.